Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It was cold outside, so I had to come inside, even with my hoodie on. And you know I love my hoodies and my scullies and all that, but so I'm inside. Okay, so today I was taking a shower, and you guys know, like, I love taking a shower. I love doing affirmations in the shower. I feel like I get the best ideas in the shower, and I really think about a lot of different things. And today I was just thinking about how I kind of regret some things, right? So, well, I don't know if I regret it, but there's a lot of things if I can go back, and change, I would. Those things I have learned from. But one thing that if I could go back and change is me being a people pleaser. Yes. I was a huge people pleaser, and I would say all the way up until like a couple years ago. So I was the person that my family, my friends would come to. If they needed a place to stay, they would be at my house for months. If they needed money, I would be the person to ask. If they needed to vent, I would be the person. If they needed some encouragement, I was the person. And looking back on it, I just realized how I was taken advantage of. And it's gotten to a point where now that I'm more aware, now that I'm more like, F that. F it. I'm not doing that anymore. And I'm setting boundaries. It has opened up my eyes so much. And I was like, you know what? In the shower, I was like, you know what? I'm in my villain era. I am in my villain era. I'm setting boundaries. I'm saying no. No is a complete sentence. And before, people would be like, oh my gosh, you're so nice. You're so this, you're so that. And I would be like, I would kind of take pride in it. Like, yeah, I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to help my family. I'm trying to help my friends. But what I realized is, just because you're that way to someone, sometimes it's not reciprocal, right? You don't get the same in return. And it completely, like, a light went off in my head about 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, 2021, my mom passed away. And she passed away of cancer. So it was like this traumatic year that I had my grandma passed away, my mom passed away, a friend passed away. It was like 6 deaths within like every couple months. Someone in my family, someone that I knew passed away. And it was like traumatic. And let me tell you who was there for me. One person, my cousin Gina. Out of all that, I remember one person really being there. And so after I got through the whole like traumatic of, just going through all this grief, I was like, wow, all those people that I, lend money to that never paid me back, all those people who, I need a place to stay for a day, and it ended up being a couple weeks. You know what I mean? All those people who moved in with me, family members. You know what I mean? Where were they, right? And so I just got to thinking that I'm not doing that anymore. And I would say even a couple years ago, I would kind of feel guilty. Like someone would ask me and I would have to like practice, like before I talk to them, like, this sounds crazy, but I would have to like practice, like, okay, if they ask me this, I'm gonna say no. Because if I'm in the moment and they're asking me, it was almost like I just wanted to give and I just wanted to help, and I'll be like, yeah. But what I realized is that I was jeopardizing my peace to help someone. And when I needed anything, which I really never ask for anything. I never ask. I haven't asked someone for something in quite some time. Maybe high school when I asked my mom, hey, do you have some lunch money? But like besides that, I have not asked people for favors, like ever. And it's almost because I really felt like I didn't have anyone. So when you feel like you don't have anyone to be your backup, like you just do it and you plan your life as if there's no one there to help you. And so that's kind of how I kind of running my life. Like I run my life as if I don't have a backup plan. And so with that mindset, it's like I don't really depend on anyone. I don't be like, oh yeah, if I don't have a house or anywhere to stay, I can always stay here. Like, I don't have that. You know, maybe I do. I don't know. I never thought, okay, this person is the person that I can go to for this. Like, no, it's me and I depend on me. But what I realize is a lot of people have tried to make me their backup plan, right? They make decisions knowing there's going to be a cause and effect and knowing what's going to happen, and still want me to help, knowing that they made that decision, knowing that could be an outcome, right? And typically in the past, even up to a couple years ago, maybe even last year, I would be like, yeah, I'll help, no problem. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I am in my villain era. And to me, that is not even a bad thing. I just say it like that. But what I mean by that is I'm going to start saying no. And I have started saying no. And I have started declining calls. Like, for example, I have a couple of family members. I already know when I get their call, they want something. That just happened to me maybe a couple weeks ago. And I had to just be like, nah, I'm not answering, right? And I think this video is just a reminder to you all, like, don't be someone's backup plan to a point where you feel like you're being taken advantage of, right? So I'm not trying to say it's not okay to help people. It's not okay to be there for people, because it is good to be a good friend, a good, confidant, or whatever the case may be. But when you feel like you're being taken advantage of, when you feel like there's no reciprocity, when you feel like you don't have anyone to go to if you needed it, when you feel like you went through something and there was no one there, stop being a resource for people who continue to ask you for favors, who continue to want you to clean up their mess. And that's kind of what I have been going through a lot of my life. And I just realized, like, it needs to stop. And one thing that has happened is, since I have been that person and so many people have come to me, now I'm dealing with the residual, them thinking that they can just come to me. So now I had to put on my big girl panties and be like, no. You know what I mean? So people in the past who've always come to me, and I've always said yes, 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 yes. Now when they come and I say no, they are like shocked. They're like, what? Like, for example, I had a friend get mad at me because they wanted to move in with me and I said no. Imagine that. Like, I am not obligated to take care of grown adults, right? I'm not obligated to take care of people who are healthy in the mind. You know what I mean? People who have full minds, who make decisions and get themselves in predicaments, and then they want my help. But when I was having grief stricken, you guys, during that time that a lot of family members passed, my mom, my grandma, like all that time, I was going through it. I got so skinny. I had bags under my eyes. I wasn't sleeping. Like, I was forcing myself to be present as a mom, right? And I to this day, I feel like me having my babies, like, saved me. Like, if I didn't have my babies, I felt like they gave me, like, that reason to move forward, right? So all those people that I helped throughout the years who still owe me money, you know what I mean? Who I didn't even, like, hold a grudge to, all those people who was in my life just taking. When it was time that I needed a shoulder to cry on, literally, no one was there except for one person, right? Like, really there. And I say that with the whole sense of, like, everyone has their own life. Everyone has their own things going on. So I don't expect someone to just be, like, all up under me and, all that. So I don't expect, like, that. But what I did anticipate, or what I did expect was something, anything, you know what I mean? Something. So when I got nothing, but all these years, everybody was just taking, I was just like, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. And I'm kind of going through that right now also. And it's hard because I do feel like I have a good heart. So I do like want to help, but I do feel like if I continue to do that, they're just going to continue to ask and ask. Like, it's not going to be like the end. Like, that's it. Like, it's just going to be wanting more and more and more. And if I don't put my foot down, then I'm going to just forever be in this predicament of feeling used, you know? So I think today's video is just, please, you guys, if you feel that way, I think it is good to set boundaries, set rules in place, analyze who really has your back, right? Who is really in your corner, okay? Yeah. And mind you, I do have a few good friends, but it's a long story. But when I needed, the people that I actually helped, when I needed them, they were not there, is what I'm trying to say. The people that always asked me for things, money, to live with me. That's why I'm like, shit, I don't want to live with no one, no more. Like, I think I'm scarred. Like, F that. I want to live by myself forever. Like, I'm kind of scarred. So I'm not saying that I didn't have friends, but the friends that often would want something, need something, want to come over, spend the night, need a place to stay, live with me, they were gone. I did not see them at all. And so I'm telling you guys, like, sometimes you got to be in your villain era. And sometimes you have to say no. And N-O period is a complete sentence. You do not have to explain yourself. And you may have to be like me, like practice saying no and not feel guilt about it, because, you know, sometimes people will try to make you feel guilty, like, oh my gosh, I don't have anyone. But you know what? If I wasn't here, then what? You will find a way. If I wasn't here, you would find a way. You would ask somebody else. Like, you, as a grown adult, you have to take responsibilities for your own decisions, you know? So I'm in my villain era, baby. F it. And also, like, take account of who is in your circle and who needs to have limited access to you, or even no access at all. I think that's where I am in my life right now. You know, that's where I am. So this video is just a reminder to say it's okay to say no. Do not let people guilt you. Sometimes people will try to take advantage of you because you're nice or because you have a big heart and you want to help. But I think it may be beneficial to distance yourself from those kind of people who take and don't actually pour into you as well. And that may be friends, and I say that with air quotes, family. It may be friends or family, you know? So today I just want to say, you know, put you first and don't jeopardize your peace to help someone, I believe. So have a great day and be brave.